Hey guys, Dan from Trading with Dan here. I hope you guys are all well. Had a good day, good trading week. Happy Friday everybody. The weekend is now here. So today we're going to have a bit more of a deep dive and look at the DMT signals for a few other crypto pairs, both the USD pair and the Bitcoin pair. So we're going to look at Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron and XRP also. But first and foremost, we were going to look at the Bitcoin chart first. I have decided that for my bots, I'm actually going to set them to 15 minutes now, rather than the 10-minute, which we had already swapped over to 15 minutes a few days ago, when we had that big candle. So that's how I'm gonna program my bots going forwards. So looking at the 15-minute, I mean, so what happens with just a larger time frame rather than a 10-minute is that we we won't get chopped up as much in chop zones. So obviously we had our sell. I mean, we did take we're on the 10-minute chart here, so we took our sell before, but we did have a good trade here. We then got into, on the 50-minute chart, we got into a buy trade, which actually didn't work out, but with our trailing stop loss, we pushed up a bit, so we didn't lose the full 10%. And then we took another sell trade. This level here is actually the 4% profit, which is updating my bots. I'm actually going to set them to basically take a 4% profit. Basically, 4% profit, and then the trailing stop loss I'm going to take down to 0.5%. So that because I'm quite happy taking around the 4% anyway, because based on the amount of good signals we get, it's good to cash those gains. And then, I mean, if the market is going fast moving and blowing through levels in a fast move, we'll get some more gains before we get the 0.5% retrace, I think. So we're doing that now with the bot, or I'm doing that now with the bot. And then obviously this 15-minute chart, so it would have taken us into a buy trade now. So we're now long about the 8,440 level. So there's not much else to say on that. That's the we are all up to date, I'm sure, on the Bitcoin pairing, Bitcoin USD pair. The reason I chose these other pairs is because they are the ones that are available on Bitmex, which is where I do my trading. Obviously not all the USD pairs, but the pairs against Bitcoin are all on there, and then some of the USD pairs are on there, like Ethereum USD is on there. And obviously Bitcoin USD, can't trade Bitcoin against Bitcoin. So going to the first one, we're going to do the BTC pair for Cardano first. As you can see here, we had a sell trade with the trailing stop loss. We would have made a that's a 1% move there, so 1% we'd hit the 1% stop loss on there. And then we did have a buy here that did result in the 4% profit, and we wouldn't have squeezed much else out of that. So we would have got to the 4%, and then maybe we went higher on this candle, and it's hard to say exactly whether we would have got the 4% or so we did go up 6%. So it just depends how we retraced on that candle, whether we did retrace like a 0.5 before, the candle actually closed at 5%. So we didn't have this trade. I'm not set my bot up to do this yet, but I'm going to. I was just having some back tests to see how well it worked. And we had a sell and a stop here, so that is legitimate. We didn't the trailing stop loss wouldn't have helped us here, so we took a full 2% loss there. Going a bit further back, so we had a buy signal, and that would have been the 4% profit would have got hit there. That would have looked would have very nearly got there before, but then didn't, and then fortunately we then would have taken it. So obviously the trailing profit doesn't actually kick in until you hit the profit target, so we wouldn't have had a trail from there. We would have waited, the bot would have waited until it took the full profit there. So along here we had a sell trade, that kicked in here. Sell trade kicked in there. I do believe we would have the trading profit would have actually have taken us out of this trade, because we would have gone, yeah. So our trading take profit of 2% would actually have taken us out of the trade in a profit on here. So but it would only been like a 0.5% profit, but so we would have missed on all this gain, sadly, with the bot settings as they are. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? You're not going to get them all, but I mean, you can do the strategy without the trading profit. I just find it helps to minimize some of the losses, but your losses were always capped at 2% anyway. So I mean, I don't know when it would have taken you out of this trade, but it was a very large candle, very large wick here. So that, I said, just at what point in that wick would have taken the retrace. So I mean, maybe some of you guys can consider not using the trailing trading stop loss, but I'll probably use it. So although again here, look, we quite possibly would have been taken out of the we had the buy trade, we went 1.37%, yeah, so we would have got taken out of that as well. So back testing some of these charts, I mean, it may be worth just not having the stop loss, because we do get a lot of profitable trades. Some of them can run longer, like that one there. A lot of them do hit the 4%, and we are going to get taken out when we don't get there. So maybe we should give the trades the chance and not have the trading stop loss. But we'll have a look going back a bit here. So yeah, we had a sell. This was again, this was a legitimate, providing we didn't have the trailing stop. That basically would have been a stop out for 2%. And then yeah, this buy, we would have had a stop out at 2% also. Stop out at 2%. I mean, if we had the trailing on, we wouldn't have had hardly any loss. So it swings and roundabouts, really. It's how you want to look at it. Yeah, so we had a sell here, and then a sell would have been sell at this level. We did get very close to the stop there, but we didn't quite hit it. But then we got the profit, the 4% profit. So yeah, I mean, again, this is if you're having the bot set up and you're not actually monitoring or watching the full trades. But I mean, you can have rolling positions on. You can see that you're still in a 15-minute sell chart. So when you start to get to the top of the DMT line, you could then start to look to take more shorts, with the same 2% stop, and then the same profit, and then you could, I mean, that is a way, but obviously that's not automated, that'd be manual. So yeah, we had a buy again. This would have been a stop out. A sell here and a good profit there, so that would have been a 4% profit again. Along here, a buy at this level, and that would have been a, yeah, sadly we got wicked out at the 2% stop here, but we would have got the profit. But it is what it is, isn't it, guys? And then again, we had the sell here. We got down to the not far off 4%. But yeah, what I will say, whilst you may decide not to have the trailing stop loss, what you maybe would do is have the when obviously you flip to the buy, you will take your stops. You won't be taking the full 2% loss. Or another strategy you can employ is, I have this set to take profit 4%, stop 4%. I mean, if you change them to 2 and 2%, then I think you might find you'll get more profitable trades. And then obviously you've just got a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which isn't the best. But with the trailing, with the hitting the 2% and the trailing of 0.5, that may work out better for you. I mean, we could have a look at that back and test that one day. So yeah, the next trade, going back, I mean, we're into November now. The next trade was, yeah, sadly, even though we had all that uptrend, we did get worked out on a buy trade. So yeah, so that was unfortunate, because then yeah, we did obviously go into like a good uptrend then. But yeah, but obviously I'm telling you how the bot would be programmed. We had a sell stop loss and the buy and profit. The bot would be programmed, but these lines that when they don't get broken, you often find, especially in a trending market, you can come close to them and then you carry on pushing up and they gradually move up with the price. You can see these are potentially keeping the price up, so whatever that's rising, you could take a buy when you're near the line. But yeah, that's Cardano BTC. We're going to look at the Cardano USD pair, see how we're getting on with this one. Yeah, so we had a pretty much a wick up and a buy. So you'd be in a buy trade here. We had a sell. See how far down we got down in this sell. We got down to not far off the 4%. So like I said, it may be worth looking at changing this to a 2%, and then the trading profit from the 2% trade. I mean, we can change that now and have a look, see how that works going back. Long profit 2, short profit 2. This will update now. So yeah, so obviously you did have the profit there. You're in a buy trade. You had a buy and then a take profit there. A sell and a stop. So that would have been a 2% loss. So don't forget, now you're working at 1-for-1 evens now. So it's sort of like you have to factor in, you do definitely need to get more wins and losses. But obviously your stops are going to be the flat out stop, but you could get some wicks up. But yeah, another a buy, then a take profit. A sell, which would have been a stop. Where's the next trade? We were short from this level here. Oh, sorry, a buy and then a buy, then a quick profit. And then we had so even though we had got a lot of a downward market, we did have a sell and then a stop, so that's unfortunate. And then a buy here and a stop. So yeah, so I mean, you can see on the Cardano USD pair, the 15-minute chart is not working too well. It was obviously working better on the Bitcoin pair, which incidentally the Bitcoin pair is the only one we can automate and trade through Bitmex anyway. But yeah, that was changed it to the 2 and 2. So yeah, we're going to go look at the Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin trade. This is the one. Bitcoin Cash is the one that's been going a bit crazy recently. So yeah, we got a sell and then a profit here. You see a buy, then a profit. But I mean, with the trailing stop, you may have got like a good few more % out of that one. Let's just measure that one. So you were long from here. 2% profit is down about here. So yeah, I believe that candle probably would have blasted you through. Probably taken about a 4% profit in that trade anyway. Then a sell, then a profit. Yeah. A buy, then a profit. A sell, then we've got a stop there. A buy, then a profit. A sell, then that flipped to buy. So we would have obviously got out of this trade. Well, it looks like that had only been about a 1% loss. Just under a 1% loss, yeah. Yeah, we had a buy, then a stop there. A sell, then a profit. So that's not looking too bad. We've gone back to December now. We'll just have a look at one more. Oh, we had a buy, a wicked up buy, and then a stop. So that wasn't a great trade. Yep, so Bitcoin Cash USD, see what this is doing. A sell and a profit. You would hope with what Bitcoin Cash is doing, this is going to be a buy and a profit, but it's obviously been a bit of a wild ride. Yeah, so a buy and a profit. I mean, I think you potentially could have got this wicked up a bit more. Yeah. A sell then a profit. A sell then a stop. A sell then a profit. A buy then a profit. A sell then a profit. So yeah, the cash pair on this has been working a bit better. A buy then a stop. And then a sell and a stop. No. As soon as I said that, in comes 2 losing trades. I'll make that 3. So a buy, I mean, yeah, it's because you've obviously bought, yeah, up there, but yeah, so this was a buy then a stop. Yeah, so let's look at the EOS pair. don't forget, guys, the way that I'm looking at this is through the trading automated basically. So if you are monitoring, watching these and waiting for the signals and looking at where you want to sell and buy, say you've got the signals alert set just to come up, so you can then look at each chart when you get the signal and decide what you want to do. So yeah, so a sell, and that would have been a stop. A buy, you're in a buy trade. Another buy, then a stop. Obviously you got bought up here. Let's have a look. A sell, then a profit. Back to what date we're on now, 11th of January. Yeah, buy, then a profit. A sell, then a profit. A buy, then a profit. A sell here, then a stop. It's a bit unfortunate. Obviously we got a short down here. But yeah, but if you are using the crossover of the line, you actually will be selling around here. Yeah. Or you maybe even got in the short here on that wick down, so you're in the short already, so that would have been a profit. Just have a look at one more, then we'll move to the EOS USD pair. Yep, a buy, then a profit. So we go to the EOS USD pair. Let's get back to the beginning again. Currently in a buy trade. Sell, then a profit. Sorry if you guys can hear my mouse scraping across the table, that would be quite annoying. A buy, then a profit. A sell, then a stop here, which is unfortunate because we would have got obviously to the profit. We've got wicked out the trade. Buy, then a profit. A sell, then a stop, which again is a bit unfortunate. A buy, then a profit. Come on, let's get a sell and a profit here. See what this is looking like. A sell and a profit. Right, okay, so we'll go have a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair now. Let's get to the beginning. So yeah, we're in a sell trade here, which I think it's not looking the greatest. Obviously up here is the stop. Looks like we were obviously in a buy trade here, but that didn't work out for us either. And a sell, then a stop. A buy, then a profit. A sell, then a stop. So it doesn't look like Ethereum's working out that well for us. A buy, then a profit here, wherever the buy was. Oh, that was a close one too. A sell, then a profit. A buy, then a profit. Another sell, then a stop here. A buy, then a stop. Yeah, I mean, you would have been long around here, so I think this quite possibly would have been oh no, it wouldn't have been 2%. Nope, that would have been a stop out. A sell, then a profit, but we had a buy, then a stop there. So yeah, it's a bit hit and miss with the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. So look at the Ethereum USD pair. So we're currently not in a trade, but we've had a sell and a profit. A buy, then a stop. I mean, how high did that go? A buy. Oh, very close, very close. A sell, then a profit. Buy, then a profit. Sell, then a profit. A buy and a stop loss. A sell and a stop. A buy, then a profit. A buy, then a stop. A sell, then a profit. A buy and a profit. So yeah, sell and a stop here. Buy and a profit there. So yeah, let's look at see how a Litecoin looks with the indicator. So yeah, we're currently in a buy trade. We had a sell and a stop. This is the Litecoin Bitcoin chart pair. In a buy trade for a while here. A buy, then a profit. Yep. looks like we've had a sell, then a profit. Very close that one was. Buy, then a profit. A sell here, but I'm guessing, well, we flipped to a buy. Got very close there to the profit. A buy, then a profit here. So yeah, the Litecoin, let's see how the Litecoin USD pair was doing. Let's get back a bit. We're in a buy trade, and I believe I just saw the sell and the profit. That's looks like a very small move for 2%. We obviously had a big uptrend going on here. A buy, then a profit. A pretty quick scalp there. Sell, then a stop. In January still here. A buy, then a profit. Don't forget we have changed these settings to 2%, a sell, then a stop. Yep, so let's go to the Tron Bitcoin pair. See how that's looking. Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? It's a funny looking bars. Obviously not a lot. I mean, this Tron, to be honest, Tron isn't really something that I would look at too much. I mean, I'm not sure how good its liquidity is based on these candles. So what I may do, I don't actually use this pair, so yeah, I may delete this and definitely not look to set that up with the bot. Let's look at the XRP BTC, which is the pair that we can trade on Bitmex. So we've got a sell and a profit. Where are we going next? A buy, then a profit here. Still in January. Sell, then a profit, a buy, then a profit. A sell, that must have been the profit. I know, flip to a buy. We were in a sell, but we flipped to a buy. Yeah, so that would have been a small loss. Looks like we've had a buy, then a profit here. So the XRP pair, XRP Bitcoin pair, looks like it's trading quite well for us, which is good because that's one of the Bitmex pairs. We had a sell here, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it flipped to a buy, so we took a loss on that. We had a buy here. Oh, sorry, the buy was there. So yeah, the buy would potentially have been there, but either way, I think we would have got stopped out of that trade. A sell and a profit, a buy and a stop. A sell, that would have obviously been a stop at the buy, and the buy would have been a stop, and that was a stop at the sell. But yeah, the XRP, I mean, you can see it does give you an edge. Sometimes you'll get quite a few winners, sometimes you get losers. I mean, I've been looking at higher time frames to check that we're in a buy for the higher time frame, and then just look to take buy trades. Just look at the XRP USD chart. Not that we can trade this on Bitmex. A sell, then a stop. A buy, then a profit. A sell, then a stop. I mean, I'm not looking generally at because I have the bot set up for BTC, and that is generally a lot of crypto will keep moving that same way. I'll be rather have the Bitcoin crypto pairs rather than the other crypto USD pairs. So I'm not getting too many correlated trades going on at the same time. So yeah, there's not many signals at all in here. Yeah, so a buy, then a profit just there. But yeah, so having said that, then, so yeah, we'll probably get rid of the XRP or we'll leave it on there actually for the time being. But yeah, so that was a quick look at the DMT indicator, just looking at that alone with some of the settings on the on some other various cryptos that we can set up the bot for to trade through Bitmex. So remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to anything I say ever. So it's just educational purposes. Remember, crypto and trading is high risk. Don't invest money that you can't afford to lose or lose sleep over. But yes, happy Friday, guys. Should have some more videos coming over. I'm gonna look at, because I trade some normal financial markets too, and I'm gonna have a look at I'm gonna do a video showing the indicators on there too. But yes, that's a DMT indicator. So yeah, dynamic margin trading. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any other pairs you want me to have a look at, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys.